They don't know. I miss up watching the man that don't know stuff and hear the voice, and this is Gather King 9 representing for DJ Shaka Double. Don't know so take it to the world, man. They don't know so glory to words and glory to song and glory to power. Glory to the everlasting life of iration. I miss kick it. A God bless time, you know. In the morning, na 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 nay. Give thanks for life. Shaka Double. Enough people to live to see this day. Give thanks to life. Remember to always pray on your way. Give thanks to life. DJ Shaka Double. Enough people to live to see this day. Give thanks to life. Shaka Double. Remember to always pray on your way. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Shaka Double playing. And the children are going to school. And the parents are going to work. Yeah. Oh, what a beautiful morning. To feel the breeze is blowing. The blue saki and the kiskadi. The 6 o'clock bees. I heard they singing out. Cause life is a greatest gift. Shaka Double bring to mankind. Some people still life hard. Shaka Double tell them so life while. Yeah, give thanks and praise for the mighty rising. Don't give up, my brother. Don't give in, my sisters. Give thanks and praise every day. Shaka Double give thanks for life. Cause enough people don't live to see this day. Give thanks for life. DJ Shaka Double, remember to always pray on your way. Give thanks to life. Shaka Double, enough people no live to see this day. Give thanks to life. DJ Shaka Double, remember to always pray on your way. Oh, what a beautiful life I came and I've reached. Give thanks and praise for Shaka Double, juggle big tune. Yeah. The children, they are the future. Shaka Double, don't discriminate them. More life for the youth them. Shaka Double, give thanks and praise for the babe and the suckling, yeah. Just give life, so live life. Not take life, let's cherish life. Let's unite in at this time. Shaka Double, upon the fire. Just give life, so live life. Not take life, let's cherish life. Let's unite in at this time when you see Shaka Double. Tell them, say, give thanks to life. Cause enough people no live to see this day. Give thanks to life. DJ Shaka Double, remember to always pray on your way. Give thanks to life. Shaka Double, enough people no live to see this day. Give thanks to life. DJ Shaka Double, remember to always pray on your way. Oh, what a beautiful morning. The sun is shining, and the children are going to school, and the parents are going to work, yeah. Oh, what a beautiful morning to hear Shaka Double playing. The blue saki and the kiskadi, the 6 o'clock bees, I heard they singing out. Give thanks to life. Shaka Double, enough people no live to see this day. Give thanks to life. DJ Shaka Double, remember to always pray on your way. Give thanks to life. Shaka Double, enough people no live to see this day. I hear the voice.
Blessed sunrise, family. Blessed sunrise. Give thanks for life. You know what I'm saying? Good to see everybody putting the early check-in. You know, they had me blocked off on the roadway. I ain't got to even go into all of that. Energy Queen, Sharon Castello Edwards, Blessed Sunrise. And Miss Lovely, what's going on? Desiree Allison, Miss Lovely, I see you there putting the check-in. You understand? Blessed love. Give thanks to life, family. So, you know, I'm now coming in to the program this morning. So I'm just gonna play my song. I ain't in no big rush. I'm not even staying long this morning because I gotta run out and do something. But we're gonna keep it, you know, short and sweet. It's a Friday, and y'all probably got things to do anyway, right? Anyway, let me just go and play my promotional song and tighten up a little 1, 2 things behind the scene, and we can get it going in a few. Blessed love, family. Good to see you.
This is Delroy LaRoc. Is the one and only Shaka double. Don't forget to tune into Reasoning Uncensored 8 to 10 a.m. Monday to Friday on all social media platforms.
Is Reasoning Uncensored. No smoke screen, no filter. Open mind, no enter. It's something you remember. It's Reasoning Uncensored. No smoke screen, no filter. Open mind, no enter. It's something you remember. I'm a baby in a stroller. In due time, I get to know ya. As you talking, the baby grow up. Out the diaper, out the pull up. I have the lasso, bring out wheelbarrow. Here today, don't know tomorrow. Subscribe, like and follow. We deep, we ain't shallow. Is Reasoning Uncensored. No smoke screen, no filter. Open mind, no enter. It's something you remember. It's Reasoning Uncensored. No smoke screen, no filter. Open mind, no enter. It's something you remember. One light up, one pour up, one reason, one sight up, one unite, no fight up, one round you shut, you skite up, E-lining, no time up, this morning, one night up, just replay and vibes up, start cheer like cake and slice up. Is Reasoning Uncensored. No smoke screen, no filter, open mind, no enter. It's something you remember. It's Reasoning Uncensored. No smoke screen, no filter, open mind, no enter. It's something you remember.
This is Delroy LaRoc. Is the one and only Shaka double. Don't forget to tune into Reasoning Uncensored 8 to 10 a.m. Monday to Friday on all social media platforms. I don't know. Let me go. I miss you. Blessed love, blessed sunrise, and even blessed moonlight too. Give thanks to life.
All right.
This is Delroy
The music is repeat itself, you know. You know, I put my own maestro on control, but blessed love to everyone who definitely check in, put the audio out, everyone who might be behind the scenes, you know, forget to clean my glasses this morning. So listen, well, here's what. Blessed love to all those and they going out and they coming in. I see Sharon Castle Edwards said she's already there on the plantation, right? So blessed love to all those and they going out and they coming in. And those that even might be coming in from work at this time. Those who are going out, taking the children ready to daycare, you know, the elementary, you know, the young adults in the high schools and colleges, and even adults in the colleges doing their things. Blessed love to you on your geographical location, wherever you are, your street, your lane, your road, your dark brick road, wherever your fancy paved road, your nice house, you know what I mean, your regular little apartment, you know what I'm saying? Wherever your geographical location, I hope all is harmonious as it could be with you, yours, and your loved ones. For all those who might be dealing with any family members that have a serious illness or may have even transitioned, blessed love to you and your family, and I hope that y'all have received and will receive all of the support and love that you need. In the meantime, in between time, let's give thanks for life as we continue. And I'm saying, so I just want to touch myself. God, it's a Friday, but I ain't touching myself in a way. That's why I make a disclaimer. I just do a tree touch on the human temple known as your physical flesh as an affirmation of giving thanks for life, of saying, I'm here in the present, give thanks for life. But do not go and touch yourself in wherever place in this kind of thing more than 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Because if you start to go over to things, that distract you from our reasoning conversation, I am not to be blamed. So let me go right now on the count. 1, a day, I'm here. Y'all there? Are y'all here? 2, a day, y'all there? Are y'all here? I want to know. A day, bless me, Oreo. You understand? Y'all there? Blessed sunrise. Let me give thanks for life. You understand? So here's what. Going, well, you know what? I'm gonna play this mini little intro thing. Cause music is always good for the transition of things. You know what I'm saying? Right? You know what I'm saying? Huh? Or maybe I should just count myself down. I'll count myself down. And then we get into it. This way and get into a serious mode. All right. So here's one. Let's get straight into it. Because like I said, I'm not gonna stay in that long this morning. So let's get straight into the first video that will open the way for some more videos on reason and conversation. Bless the love, family.
Republicans started out fighting with niggas. The Democrats created the Ku Klux Klan. The Republicans authored, sponsored, and almost passed all civil rights legislation for black people in this country. It's been the Democrats opposing, even to this day. There was a switch, the Southern strategy, during Nixon's era. They really didn't switch. The platforms and the methods changed. The Democrats created entitlement programs to bait us in for more votes. Dr. King was peddling with the Republicans, Kennedy then. The Democrats got smarter. That's where LBJ come in and says, I'm going to have these voting Democrat for the next 400 years. So I stopped right there. Once you start looking into it, when I look at the Republican platform, the conservative principles is what mama and them raised us with. God, family. No, you don't only live once. You make right choices and decisions. I go with these principles. The Democrats is liberals. You're free to do whatever. Be who you, no. So I go with this platform. That's why I'm a conservative nigga voting Republican. It aligns more with what grandmama and them teach. But if you just look at the principles of the party, you can align with the principles of the party. God, family, work. I align more with that. It's just the Democratic Party, man. I'm gonna endorse Trump. I'll take my chances with Congress overseeing him with the 3 executive branches of government. He can't just do what he want to do.
Okay. All right. My background switch up on me. Doing some kind of combination business there. Listen. All right, so let's take it like that. So I played that video as an introduction to conversation and reasoning. Now, I personally do not have no political party. It will not have a political party like I'm saying that voted in and I'm going against other people in dedication of my love and dedication for a political party. Because as far as I'm concerned, and y'all should not be no strangers to this if you're not new to reasoning with me, that as far as laws, governments, and the construct of them, ever since we've lost our disposition of power, once we met the European, the laws and the Constitution, the governments, and even the campaign around the world to spread democracy or the communism, socialism, these are all, European ideologies. I don't care if they got some kind of root within the Afrocentrics or whatever. It's not our outline of things. and our approach. So therefore, and for me, I still consider myself what you call a free prisoner. Yeah, still that, because I'm still fighting, and my people are still fighting for the change of a disposition and a balance of skills. In regards to human equalness straight across the board, we ain't even talking. Y'all know what that conversation is at this point in time. Okay. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be turning my phone ringer like off. I can't even take the vibration or nothing. Distractions kill me. So the perspective for me is always gonna be abstract in the sense of, okay, since we did not construct the system, it's not our own, but we're involved and we're in it. Play it the best way and play it the smartest way until you're able to set yourself up independently and differently, and that's going to take some time. Okay, because it's only in the 60s and all this we've been through our revolutions and independence and all this stuff across the globe and in the diaspora and so forth, so to speak. It's only 2024. Okay, it ain't been that long. And based on the constructs of things, right, it takes time to unweb yourself from out of the spider's web. You know what I'm saying? So I've never really paid attention. Class CB, my baby. I see that when you check in. I've never been the one to endorse political clients in the sense, like I said, and clients. Yes, they're all running as clients. With this kind of love thing, because it's politics. My mentality is always, what is on the table? Does it make sense? What are you offering? But it's not so much anymore about what are you offering, because that's the problem. I believe, coming from the Afrocentric perspective, especially, we have been on the offering, but on the needs offering. What are you offering on your needs? And we've been trained in practice to be that way. And you pay for that. Every time they've made some kind of legislature that, from through some civil rights something, and it's like, hey man, it shows that they passed some laws, they care about us or something. When you check into it, it's either something that whether the housing bills and all these kind of stuff, it always leads back to a setback. The welfare laws, and then the way that they have really constructed those things, they be acting like, oh, we're taking all this money, we're using up taxpayers' money, and it's nonsense. But they make way more money from out of these systems, just like the public schools and all this stuff. They make way more money than they claim that they're spending. Right? So when you're down asking and begging, that's when they say, oh, we got you. But you pay for that. Double times. You know what I'm saying? It's like buying something. You know how this society is a credit and debit, right? That's what I'm saying. I'm not with the constructs of it, but playing the game, you got to play it. But in my understanding, coming from, and is this the choice of life, the pattern, the blueprint? Could we live better than this? Yes. But in the meantime, in between time, so much for wishful thinking. Reality is a reality. Okay. Let me continue moving. I want to get into 50 Cent this morning because I'm going to perspective of things. All right. That's why it says the 50 laws of power, if you catch my reading this morning. So let's go.
This is really exciting for me to be here. I got a chance to meet with both sides today, and it feels really good. Like, they don't agree. They don't agree on a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? So to get them to agree on seeing me was an accomplishment in itself. And I'm excited about that they both got a chance, took time out of what they're doing, because they're voting. Yeah. Right? They took time out to speak to me, both sides, and I feel really good about it. I think the things that we got going on here are the upsides. Is we have great possibilities for good things going on for us. You know what I mean? I don't want to damper things or put a bad tint or negative energy around things when I feel like it's completely positive, right? But my experience here has been great. And I wrote, it was a whole, what's the name here written that I'm not going to say.
Economic opportunity.
Yeah, as far as today, I went to talk to them about economic opportunities for everybody, and it's really exciting. The response I got makes me feel like that there's bright things ahead of us.
So that's 50 Cent, currently trending, and he's been on his campaign for a minute. But now, as you can see, he went to Washington, D.C. But before I even start talking, y'all just check out what's going on. I'll play a few of these clips, and then I'm going to, probably come in a little bit more extensive little reason instead of doing something short. But let's continue with 50 Cent and what's going on.
The Senate has failed now to advance a bill to protect access to contraception, and Majority Leader Chuck Schumer announced they will vote on IVF protections next week in the Senate. But on Capitol Hill today, it was a rapper who got a lot of attention. CBS News congressional correspondent Nicole Killian joins us. Nicole, you got a chance to catch up with 50 Cent. What did 50 have to say?
Well, 50 or 50, depending on how you refer to him. I mean, look, he was up here for a specific reason. He was accompanied by civil rights attorney Ben Crump, and he really wanted to advocate for generational wealth when it comes to African Americans in particular. He has a number of companies, including one that involves spirits, and so he wants to see an increase in minority representation. You know, he felt that he didn't get a fair shake when he first started his business, and wants to expand opportunities again for people of color. So that was the nature of his visit. But in that context, I did ask him about the election, because the Biden administration has done a lot of work in this space. But at the same time, 50 Cent has made comments in the past, including back in 2020, where he suggested that people vote for then President Trump, although he later walked those comments back. So I asked him what he's thinking about the upcoming election. Take a listen. I mean, we're heading into another election, so have you made a decision about who you're going to support?
I'm not sure how to answer that question, to be honest with you.
Have you made a decision?
I haven't.
What do you see as the significance of African American men in this election for both of you?
I see them identifying with Trump.
Why do you say that?
Because they got RICO charges.
And I don't know if he was referencing the case down in Georgia, where we, of course, know that former President Trump has been charged and is facing RICO charges in that state. But that aside, what is significant about his comments is that, again, back in 2020, his then support briefly of former President Trump got a lot of attention. And being a major figure like that, that can be influential when it comes to the African American vote. And so similarly, we know both campaigns are really trying to advocate for the black vote. We have seen the president's support slip among African American voters. The issue even garnering a lot of attention here on Capitol Hill in a separate issue with a leader, Hakeem Jeffries, and Byron Donalds, kind of now in an internal beef, because Byron Donalds made some comments at a campaign event just yesterday suggesting that African Americans were better under Jim Crow, to which Hakeem Jeffries replied on the House floor today that is an outlandish statement and ignorant. So that being said, this is all about both sides really trying to advocate and make their case to African American voters. But as you can see, there are a number of different perspectives around this, not only from lawmakers, but also from celebrities as well.
Quite a time to be a Capitol Hill correspondent, Nicole. Thank you.
Yes. So, that's 50 cents right there. They're showing that the campaign, I got what I'm going to talk about in a little bit. So far, there are a few little pointers. Let me touch on those before maybe I get lost in too much footage and then you don't know exactly which one I'm talking about. So like in the first press conference he had right there. And first of all, you see, that's what I'm saying. We have to understand that our position is business. The reason why they had us as workers, the enslavement was for the purpose of work, which led to economics. The invasions was because of economics, because of your resources. So the conversation has always been that. But yet still, the approach, even from those who are in position of power, ever since the civil rights movement, has been one where they have led the people down this road of Democrats and Republican and being on this side, when as African descendants, your thing should be getting your stuff together. I know it's a process, but get collective or separate in pockets, collect, like how 50 Cent went. He's representing his industries and so forth, liquor, etc., such and such. Like I said yesterday, this is the same instances of LeBron James and those who want to talk so much about their under black empowerment, for them to just quit the NBA, pay what the dues and so forth when you quit a contract. You understand what I'm saying? Or bid it out and time it. And you guys now use that opportunity to go and say, hey, because we're trying to do our own team. What's our position? And y'all put your money together. And what's the next group? Maybe they're into real estate and so forth. It doesn't have to be, you see, this whole thing about they selling us this whole, yeah, we moving collective as a one bunch. Well, yeah, we can organize under, like they say, the Black Caucus and stuff, but the objective, okay, the objective should be galvanizing yourself together no matter what the cost or how you do it. And that's why I even spoke about, like in Guyana, when people are waiting for the government to supply all the electricity and the shortage of the water and cleaning up of this and that. No, it has to be the same way you see, like in let's say in America, for example, right? The reasons why if you come to, let's say, what they call the hood or the ghetto in our community, one of the reasons why maybe our stuff is not as clean, our streets are not well maintained as of our signs and so forth, is because the board people and stuff take extra responsibilities in certain neighborhoods, right? Because they want to maintain the integrity. They're all about their real estate and the property and stuff like that. They're into the business of America, right? And because they're moving into understanding of the business of how America operates. But in our communities and stuff, we're not valuing that, or don't even have communities that's even looking at that as things to be talked about. And I'm talking about even in communities where we're the predominant homeowners in Black communities, we're not still as organized as they are, because once again, the understanding of centralizing yourself around business, right? And so my thing is, the African should be always, and like I played a clip yesterday, and you know what, I'm gonna play it again. It got some strong language before I go back to 50 Cent, because it ties into what I'm also talking about. Same guy, but this is about Dr. King and about the civil rights. Because you see, for example, in that clip, the last one that's played, the reporter was saying, right now things are tense on Capitol Hill and in the White House, because one of the personnel, whatever politician said something about, African descendants work better under Jim Crow, and the other one was offended. Why are you offended? Because see, I'm gonna play this video. That's why I'm gonna play this clip. Because when you go back into the history of things, we did function better and had it more understanding of who you are, and that you better get down to your business, because you out here on your own looking out for yourself, instead of getting into the assimilation thing, thinking that, oh, everybody's here and you don't have nothing, that you have the least to begin with from everybody that you joined, and then, oh, they're just going to take care of it and solve the problems, when you was already on the way of solving your own problems when you were independent in that Jim Crow situation. It's the narrative. That's what I'm saying. We don't want to go back and evaluate, be abstract, analytical in a truthful manner. This is why there are study guides and study teams and so forth and study programs that's what they do. And that's how come they always stay steps ahead of us and in certain things, because they're going to invest the money into study groups and so forth. It's going to figure out what's the next best way to do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? A few days ago, I played a clip of Hillary Clinton, and because they had her in court the other day, you know, for trying to banish her and her business and her husband from all the thievery and everything they've been doing, right? And one of the things that the lady said about Hillary, you know, and them is that is you know their ability to you know, flip the script on you, where you're thinking it's one thing but it's something else, right? But anyway, let me go to this.
Dr. King didn't know what he was doing, homie. He was a 25-year-old Southern Baptist preacher that had a bunch of people telling him this. Now, always remember, he wasn't popular with that belief in the beginning. They thought he was crazy.
Gotcha.
Fuck wrong with you, nigga? You a troublemaker. And even the old black people thought he was crazy. Why would you want to go eat at their restaurants? You know how they go do it.
Yeah.
They go spit in our food. Why you want to go over there, nigga? You crazy. We don't want to live next door to white people, nigga. You know white folk kill us. So they thought he was crazy. That was his dream. That wasn't for us. We wasn't supposed to be paying him no goddamn mind. That was his dream. I have a dream that one day we would hold him. He wanted to hold white folk hand. Black folk didn't want to do that. They gave us him. They picked him. So he pushed the narrative, not knowing the consequences. Toward the end of his life, he told Harold Belafonte, I think I led my people into a burning building. We shouldn't have never, we was getting hit upside our head, homie, just to sit at their counter. We don't want you in here, nigger. Why, homie? For what? So what if they don't let us in there? Nigga, we don't want, white folk can't cook no way. Nigga, who want to go eat a white person's apple pie? Fuck that, nigga, please. That was his dream, because his grandmother told him when he was a little bitty boy, he couldn't play with that white boy. That was his dream all his life. So they took his dream and made it ours, and it became a nightmare. We go take the signs down, just go out there and tell them something. Go out there and tell them. So when they invited him and 6 or 7 preachers in the Oval Office, hey man, go down. You got all these niggas up here on the mall office. God damn it, King, you said you wouldn't listen. They out here. Man, tell them we'll take the sign down. Just tell them. Just tell them we'll take the signs down. Okay, he went out there, man. They go, well, I have a dream. We got macked on and played on. He was funded. The Jews had King. So, nah, homie, it's deeper than that. So, that's the worst thing that happened to us was his dream. We should have been saying, fuck they sign. Nigga, they can keep the laws all they want to. We want equal protection under the law. We don't care about no sign that say no colors.
People magazine a while ago.
There should be some signs say no white people.
I mean, a lot of white people feel like kind of what's been happening with the whole Black Lives Movement, that it's been like an inverse on them.
Well, Black Lives Matter is a gay movement. It ain't.
All right. So you see how he went into his perspective. And like I said, I played it yesterday. I know this is Reason Uncensored. So if you can't take language to get past reason, and that's what it is. So in that explanation, as even though it might not have sound scholarly to the ears, but trust me, it was precise and on point of our perspective and what we had going on. So what right now, what we need is actually a time for voluntary Jim Crow, strategically for the African descendants in America. Because what you see that's happening now and the need for it to happen is a reestablishment of business. We have to go back from those steps that we lost in the civil rights time and regain those steps. For example, Kanye West, when he came out and made his statement about the Judaics, and then they shut down everything, and he lost how many sums of money in a short space of time or whatever. I don't know what he's doing now. I haven't been following it. But since that he was in his billionaire position and a lot of things that he was doing, from my perspective, as ingenious as he was in the things that he is doing, I didn't see the initiative of, you had all this problem getting your stuff together and marketed and pushed out. Now that you're in the position, you got all these billions and stuff, instead of you thinking about how do I prevent that problem that happened from the beginning from happening again, because that's what they did. They sent him back to that problem that he had in the beginning. You understand what I'm saying? Where you don't have an outlet or this and that. So for me, I was waiting to see spiritually, if he was going to be awakened to be like, yo, check this out. I'm building multiple manufacturing plants where he's now able to manufacture his own products and stuff, control his own brand from a different way. And you can still be in conjunction in business with those other major businesses you're in business with, but now you have more control of what you're doing and so forth. Why I'm saying this too is because also when the situation played out the other day, if you had what you have, when Adidas say this and they say that and this and that, and you lose this out of this contract, it should not necessarily have had affected his core. And if he had that production level and so forth in stance and that business leverage, it's very more difficult for them to go put a move in a play like that. And if they do that, they know that you already prepared not for a loss because how you've strategically set yourself up. So that's what I'm saying. You're going back now into what was the Jim Crow era of what the mentality was about owning your own business. Because now when you see that you came into this kumbaya thing and you thought you were just going to have, the open door to just go in and, hey, let me get that loan and let me do this, you realize it's not that. And that you still have to galvanize around your people or the strength of your economy and how you're able to brand yourself within this new era. And now galvanize back ourselves into, where we need to be. Let me play another clip. I think this should be 50 cents again. And that's what I'm on this morning, 50 Laws of Power. So let's go.
Okay, so you can't find 50 Cent in the club today, but we did find him in the Capitol. No, he's not poppin' bub, but he is advocating for more representation in the liquor industry, particularly among Black Americans. Here he is along civil rights attorney Ben Crump and Congressman Troy Carter. 50 Cent owns a very successful spirits brand, and he wants to use his platform to help Black entrepreneurs to bridge the wealth gap. I saw him walking around, shaking hands, taking pictures with lawmakers, staff, and members of the press who were very excited, myself included.
All right. So you see, 50's walking around with a congressman and also one of the most predominant civil rights leader, but strategically through business, right? And starting Monday, and today's going to be a shorter day than my usual, but starting Monday, and it might be the entire week, who knows? I'm dedicating it to really dissect and get into a little bit of this Trump situation and the Trump character and what's going on with the presidency and so forth, and the African-American perspective and what's going on from my perspective, right? Let me go replay this right here.
Another celebrity, rapper 50 Cent, upset over a plan in New York City to spend $53 million by giving migrant families prepaid credit cards. The rapper says it makes no sense. And guess what? It might even motivate him to vote for Donald Trump. Stu.
Wouldn't that be something?
All right. So you see all of that going on. That's why when he was on the in Washington there, and they asked him, and he's like, I don't want to put a damper on things because of all that's going on. But he says, with all that, there's still a positivity within it, right? But like I said, I'm going to kind of leave most of what I want to get into about that in regards to centering that around Trump, because it makes more sense to include it. But the conversation needs to happen, because unless that's the problem. So I'm gonna say this real briefly then, as an introduction for next week, right? A part of my talk. You see, and make no mistake about it, unless something tragic happens. You see, if Trump gets back in the office, the problem that the African descendant have, regardless of whatever these little racial this and certain policies and all this kind of stuff, You can't shape policies and things if you're not in a policy shaping power position. And like I said, we've been on a position of asking and begging. That narrative has to change. And from what I'm seeing, and this is the thing, let me make this disclaimer too. Because I'm the type of person who don't even really watch TV, ever since I even started Reasoning Uncensored or even Musical Reason to Talk of the Town, I don't even watch my videos. When I do go look them over is because I need to create shorts, because business-wise, I know what I still have to promote. But to sit down and just go back and watch certain things, I'm just explaining. I'm not into the TV and what was going on, but being in this space, it had to take me there. And I had to get into being observant about what's on the news, and even going as far as paying attention to Donald Trump, which I never did before, or Biden. Because my thing has always been, regardless of what they doing or what they done, I have to survive on the ground floor. It's about the decisions I'm going to make and how I'm going to constitute my life, because there's no trust for them in what they're doing as far as how much it's going to benefit me as an individual. And especially coming from an Afrocentric perspective, right? But being in this platform, destiny leading me to be a spokesperson, not just a musician, right? But to take seriously the power of words in conversation and reasoning, and the effect that it does have, that a song is also an extension of a conversation, but just done in a rhythmic pattern, in a repetitive manner, right? But what I'm starting to sense as I started to pay attention to some of these things that I never paid attention to before, is that I'm seeing, and I'm like, I think one of the main reasons we're having an issue with Donald Trump is because you're not prepared to do business and you don't have a business plan. And for the common man, all you need to do is what you always been doing, is strategize regardless who's in the office, the best way you gonna survive. Because that's what we always been doing. But for the collective, and especially those who are talking about progressiveness and are willing and want to do some progressive things about our African disposition, especially in the United States of America, then you have got to be into a business frame of mind. This country ain't nothing but a capitalist country, which is all about money. The reason you came here was for money. But hold on a second. Let me get into this here. This young lady now, what I like, and this is what I'm talking about. And people say, oh, they got this phrase, you think that white ice is better. Like ice is ice, but if you're getting it from, you know what I'm saying? Ain't none of that foolishness. I'm analytical. And a lot of times when I look at even independent like myself, Black African descendants, they're doing so-called positive things towards the culture and speaking about motivating and moving us in certain directions. They're always diverting on way more emotional conversation and reasons. I'm saying the pastor, the preacher effect still on us. Talking about a whole bunch of emotional stuff and nothing to do with the direct and what's going on and what you need to do for your immediate survival and the movement and the upliftment of the community or yourself as an individual. Right? They're always going into all these other side things, the way that they've been trained to talk. So anyway, let me just play this little young lady. She does got some, like, I guess, a little independent thing like I got. It's just about perspective. So she's talking about 50 Cent and what's going on, and the perspective that she sees from, her Republican eyes.
50 Cent is weighing in on the political landscape. 50 Cent has a few things to say, and he was asked who you're going to vote for. And I'll tell you, I think like the reporter was shocked when she got the response, because he talks about who he thinks a very important demographic is going to be voting for and the reasons why. Take a listen. 50 Cent, otherwise known as Curtis Jackson.
Heading into another election, so who have you made a decision about who you're
I'm
going to
not
support?
sure how to answer that question, to be honest with you.
Have you made a decision?
I haven't.
What do you see as the significance of African American men in this election for both of you?
I see them identifying with Trump.
Why do you say that?
Because they got RICO charges.
Oh, RICO charges. All right. So he sees black men in America identifying with Donald Trump because a lot of people feel like the justice system is kind of stacked against them. And the RICO charges, you know, that's like one of the go-to moves, right? Because you can get a whole bunch of people with the RICO charges and you get everybody tattling on everybody, you know, and it turns into a big, giant, you-know-what storm. So 50 Cent making the point that a lot of Black America is identifying now with Donald Trump, which is really kind of interesting because they want you to think that he's really a bad dude, right? Like he's this, that, and the other. How many times do we have to hear Whoopi Goldberg tell us how bad he is and racist he is and this, that, and the other? And then it turns out that Black America is actually like, wait a second, maybe we're actually going to vote for this guy. You look at the polling numbers, it's just incredible. Joe Biden, as of a couple months ago, was down 20 points with young Black Americans. And I think that actually Black Americans overall, and I think young Black Americans specifically, happens to be his weakest point. And I would anticipate it's going to get weaker and weaker and weaker because this particular group is looking at the 81-year-old that's falling asleep all the time saying, well, what are you doing for me? You sit there and tell me it's my problem? Like, what are you, gaslighting me, telling me, no, the economy's great. What are you thinking? How dare you suggest otherwise? When I know how much groceries cost, I know how much it costs to put gas in my tank. Like, we weren't born yesterday. You can't just spin this anymore. Guess what? There's other sources for news, including right here, right? Where I'm going to tell you what wages are adjusted for inflation. Because you actually need to know that. New York Times doesn't. I remember.
All right. So, you know what I mean? She started going into some other things and so forth, right? But the point that I wanted to get across to y'all was from the portion that I played. Hey, Leroy and Hamilton, what's going on, Biggs? I see you in the chat. You're firing it up in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all. And I'm saying put your comments in them in the chat box. Sometimes I'm not able to catch the whole response and all that due to time and so forth. But I am gonna perfect that a little better as I think the algorithm and the system starts working better with me with time and so forth. Then I could pause a little bit more and be more comfortable. Don't feel like I'm pending on a time race before this thing starts to crunch and distort. But anyway, continuing. So now you see like the perspective she had. Granted, I thought I downloaded the Hot 97 from New York. I thought I downloaded their clip, but I didn't. And I guess maybe that's because they pissed me off so much. Because once again, the narrative, they were talking about 50 Cent being at the White House. And right away, it's like, oh, you know 50. 50 got his alcohol company. You know he's out for himself. You know 50 think no about 50 and this and that. I'm saying like, even if 50 is thinking about 50, wouldn't you be thinking about you and as a businessman? And if he's going there also representing with other people, African descendants that have investments and want to forego themselves into the alcohol industry, and it's important he wants a stake, even if he's there representing because he wants certain things for his company, doesn't that, for one, includes employment? Doesn't that, and mind you, it's also part of the thing, he purchased a lot of land, and I'm talking about 50 Cent, and they're building, you know, a liquor, some kind of organized dispensary or whatever it is out there set up, right? And what it is that I saw him talking to the mayor and so forth from out there, and it's this thing where the business he's bringing there is going to bring us some saying. It brings jobs and employment. So how could you be on what is supposed to call syndicated African American radio station? Y'all supposed to be forwarding the pop, but this is what it is because it's so many emotional, that's what I'm saying, sides of nonsense. That regardless how you feel, and if you know 50 Cent's personally, and you there, that should not be the narrative. Oh, 50 Cent, 50 Cent is selfish, man. He going out for himself. You know what I'm saying? I'm this and that and this. What? Why should that even be in the conversation? You should be uplifting even young black men like, yo, look at that play. Look at that move, right? But it's going to be something that you might not want to endorse, and you're going to say you want to say because, 50 now, like they're saying, it might be going in a Donald Trump direction because, this man is going to get certain businesses done that he wants to get done. Same reason why Kanye went the last time. When people was like, because if you have a business and you're involved in, if this is the reason why when Barack was in there and so forth, the Jay-Z and all of them was up in it. Not just to go around, oh, yo, Barack, this and that. And if you look at the wealth and the business ventures and so forth that Jay-Z was able to partake in, and those who were heavy-hand supporters in that Democratic, and those who were in that lane over those years, look what happened, because it equates to money and business. Don't get it confused, right? But so that's what I'm saying. The narrative on our end, well, God, what are you talking about? A racist, right? Man, you out of your mind. You out of your mind in 2024. You know what the situation, you're going to validate, for sure which Caucasian or whatever is not going to be racist. So if you know the history already, there's no guarantee for that. You should not be going there with this emotional baggage, waiting to first find out if you're a racist first. Do you like me first before we can do business, or before this? And no, because you're begging and you're asking. And so that's why you want to know if you like me. Because if you're begging and you're asking, then if you like me, then depends on what you're going to do for me or what you're not going to do for me. But when you're doing business and stuff, it don't matter if you like me or not. Like when you go into any store or anything, you purchase certain merchandise, do you know those companies, the products you buying, how they feel about Africans, descendants, and so forth? Do you know? Of all the countless stuff when you go into a Walmart or whatever, major supermarket, and you picking up and select, do you know? No, you don't. But at the same time, that's what you got to do, right? So that's the point. There should be no emotional nothing about how no Caucasian feels about you. All you should be doing is there to represent what you're representing. It's like going to the doctor. And you could be like, man, I don't know if this doctor racist or not. But they're going to be like, well, the doctor's going to do what the doctor got to do. Because they just want to get paid. They don't care nothing about what you're talking about. Because even if they are, they're like, listen, I'm just going to do what I got to do so I can get your money. And that goes for all them all types of businesses. You understand what I'm saying? That even, let me just switch it around. That even goes for an African descendant who has come to the position they said where they racist against a Caucasian. Now, if the Caucasian come up in his store and he has an establishment, man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you, that's what you call the foolery. If he's going to say, I can't sell you nothing from in here, then you might as well close your business. Because that ain't business. Not according to what we learned from them. Because capitalism means nothing goes to waste. Capitalism means to capitalize on every opportunity. And when you actually understand that from a spiritual level, it's only because of the corruption and how they approach it. But the blueprint is actually on point with nature. You understand? With the God standards and the divine standards of things. What do I mean when I say that? Does anything waste on the earth? No, it doesn't. This is why when we're talking about even the pollution and what happens, people say, they say, listen, nature gonna correct itself. You know that? Even if it's gonna take a natural disaster, wiping out half of the earth population and doing what it got to do to replenish, because nothing is going to go to waste. Nothing wastes in nature. It will make use of it, even if it's a sick period that it's gonna go through, a toxic period. Just like the human body, if you're dealing with cleansing and healing, right? So that's what capitalism is about. Nothing go to waste. That's why even today, when something bad happens in the climate of capitalism, if you're able to strategize and it's not something that terrible where you're naturally going to jail or you're ceasing from being strategic, but it's just something that got you hot in the press, but it could be a little negative in capitalism to say, hey, ain't no such thing as bad press. Because if you're able to capitalize and utilize X, Y, and Z, then you made that down situation an advantage, a step up. The Kardashians, Kim, or whatever, and Ray J, in their aspects of, hey, this is a degrading thing, adult take where they're screwing, but then the this and that, playing off of that, what do? You utilize that energy. It even goes into the same thing where I talked about the word nigga and how you use it, and psychologically, why would you not take back your sanity of your mind? Regardless of the origins or not. And we know the origins is still African. But like I said, regardless, right? You should want to capitalize on the well-being of your mind. See, we're not approaching these things with the right understanding out here. Right? And that's just the way it is at this point in time. Let me just go and get into this because I'm about to wrap it up. So I'm just going to thank to everyone for showing up and coming out. You know, RICO charges. Yeah, we're going to touch on all that next week. You know, throw a little bit more 50 cents in there. You know, 50 cents is strategic. So when he says RICO, all right, a little excerpt from something that Donald Trump said that I'm going to play next week. And he said, listen, man, they convicted me into the White House. I'm going to shed some game on that some more. I touched on it way before. Went a little bit in the pot, but I'm going to go a little bit more next week, right? Because 50's being slick with it, because how did he get to his position and what he does? He brands things in his show that comes from the lifestyle that he knows. He was involved in certain type of lifestyle, got shot, certain things, did certain types of music, got into even certain conflicts with rappers and so forth, other peers, right? Other peers, and dominated those conflicts and so forth. So what he did was when he brands himself, he brands it within that same persona of himself. He capitalizes on that. So to say RICO and this and that, you know what I'm saying, is something that draws into the language for what he can talk to, relate to, and speak and create a conversation. Even though, and from that conversation, then you can springboard it and jump off into your liquor and whatever other businesses you're talking about. Because the reason the conversation is still interconnected. All right. So I'm just gonna get into this commercial. Get ready to, like I said, jump out of here. Blessed love. Thanks everyone for showing up in your love and support. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? And forward. I'll be forward. You see how they get us talking? Got to understand the narrative. You know what I mean? Let's move. All right, family. You know what I'm saying? That does it for me. Definitely got some important things to go tend to. Bless the love. Thank y'all for your time. Make sure y'all tune in. You know what I'm saying? Next week, Monday to Friday, 8 to 10. That's the usual normal hours. Could be some variations certain days, but that's the platform hours that I definitely try to stick to on the morning times. Night times, also, there's Reasoning After Dark in coordination with New York City After Dark. The After Dark movement, which will be on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursday nights from 10:30 to 11:30. Right? Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night, 10:30 to 11:30. And also, y'all already know the wonderful and excellent platform Reasoning After Dark, where it all started with Miss Sophia. Make sure y'all tune in for that. Okay, on Sundays from 9 p.m. to 10:30. Or do I have the time wrong, Miss Sophia? I think I got the time wrong. Huh? But listen, Reason After Dark on Sundays, okay? So, just stay tuned. I'm trying to do what we got to do. Give a little mental gymnastics out here and contribute my part and others that's also in partnership what we have to do. Shout out and salute to Mr. Michael Diablo from Talking to Tone Radio and Selector Percy, Mr. Desmond Klein. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brothers, you know what I mean? Yeah, we're gonna get up. Pauline Haliger, blessed, you know what I'm saying? Miss Lovely, you know what I'm saying? Yes, blessed sunrise. Y'all enjoy the weekend, be safe out there. Do you got to do? And that's it for now. I got to go and deal what I got to deal with.
This is Delroy LaRoc. Is the one and only Shaka Double. Don't forget to tune into Reasoning Uncensored. 8 to 10 a.m. Monday to Friday on all social media platforms. All of them.
Is Reasoning Uncensored. No smoke screen, no filter. Open mind, no enter. It's something you remember. Is Reasoning Uncensored. No smoke screen, no filter. Open mind, no enter. It's something you remember. I'm a baby in a stroller. In due time, I get to know ya. As we talking, the baby grow up, out the diaper, out the pole up. I had the last so don't not real borrow. Here today, don't know tomorrow. Subscribe, like and follow. We deep, we ain't shallow. Is Reasoning Uncensored. No smoke screen.
All right, so Miss Sophia just hit me up on the comments because it's very important because today's Friday and we're going into the weekend. So Reasoning After Dark, 8 to 9:30 p.m. Make sure y'all tune in. And we're also going to be on the YouTube platform, Facebook, and live also on Instagram, depending on whatever's your preference and choice. All right, family, have a blessed weekend. And don't forget, check out I, Delroy LaRoc, a.k.a. Shaka Double, along with Miss Sophia, Reasoning After Dark, this Sunday, 8 to 9:30 p.m. Blessed love, family. All right, and I'm out.